Hi guys, this is AC 1.2, lesson 2, fingerprint analysis. Before we start, I hope everyone is good. If you still haven't done your AC 1.1 assessment, can you please upload on Teams? There's only a couple of you. Okay, you know what's going to happen if you don't, so please let's get on with it. Okay, so yeah, we're on fingerprint analysis. You did databases, which was quite a lot, and the DNA one I think was really interesting. This is one of the lessons where I really wish we were in the classroom because it'd be surprisingly practical. Would be doing our own fingerprints, comparing loads and stuff. So apologies. And it goes to the same for quite a bit of this topic because it's quite a practical thing that we could actually get out and do some stuff. But you never know. You never know. Anyway, I'll crack on. I'm waffling already. So first of all, you need to know what are fingerprints and where do they come from. So there's a YouTube clip to watch. Watch it. You'll learn loads. Okay. Especially how they're formed. So watch all that. But I've summarised the key bits for you down the edge. Other side. Other side. There we are. There. Down there. Okay. So, where can we get fingerprints from? Okay. They classify fingerprints into where we get them from, basically. So you can get them on soft things. So they've made an imprint, like imagine like a soft bit of soap or something like that. Paint, yeah, wet paint. That's what I've been doing painting over the last 8 weeks. So we can do that. We can either see our fingerprints because you've left them on something, so you had some dirt on them and you've left marks, or they're visible, something called latent, where they're invisible and we have to do dusting that you're probably familiar with. So as I said, visible prints are when we've probably got blood on our hands. We're talking about murder scenes, or dirt, walking through a wood hiding a body. Okay, and you put them on something pretty tough. Okay, doesn't have to be smooth, but they're most likely to be seen there. Okay, and then probably the one we know more about are the invisible prints, the latent prints, and that's because we've got like naturally oily hands, and everything we touch, we put them on. As it says at the bottom, generally speaking, the smooth and less porous, look it up if you don't know what it means, the greater potential for presence to be found, and that's true. But but we have been finding them on loads of like on clothes now. That's how kind of advanced some of the technology is getting. So, how do we match fingerprints in real life? So, again, watch the video, search how to compare fingerprints, the basics. You're going to be astounded about how unscientific this is. If you compare to all the TV programs where they whack them into a computer, okay, you're just gonna blow your mind on this. Okay, so it's all done by human eye. That's the big thing I take. So this is where we'd be doing our own fingerprints and looking at kind of what patterns we have. If you can get hold of ink, put some on your fingers and then gently roll them onto paper really lightly. And if it's too dark and can't see anything, it means you've got too much ink and you press too hard. So just roll them on. I'll attach a common bits of fingerprints, like patterns, so you can see which ones you have. What we would have done, I would have got you to take five from one hand, kind of put them on a piece of paper, and then label all the different parts that you can see. Okay, so if you want to do that, it's good fun, and obviously at the moment it doesn't matter about getting dirty or anything like that. We can quickly go and wash our hands again, and kind of do it. These are some random ones I've had in the past. I've put them on for notable reasons. The lines, if you've got distinguishing markings, it makes your fingerprints a lot easier to match because they should be unique to you. And the top two, and there are really unique. These bottom ones, we've got the one on the left because all the dots, And then the one on the bottom right is someone's toe. Yes, your toe has fingerprints. Animals, monkeys, I think koalas have fingerprints as well. Okay, so take your time, do that. And then I want you to see if you can actually match the 12 fingerprints. This is hard. I've only had one student ever who's got this without cheating. Okay, so can you match your A, B's and C's with 1, 2s and 3s? You are supposed to find 3 similarities to be able to say it. Okay, that's quite hard. Obviously, because you'll have electronic, you can zoom in, which makes it super easier. Okay, so do that, and then next slide. So here are the answers. Okay, and not surprising, L is 8. Okay, so say just a bit of fun. Get your family to do it as well. Give them something to do as well. Okay, so the important bit: are fingerprint analysis, or is the fingerprint analysis useful? Yeah, like it's a yeah, but there are some issues. So in theory, we can't have 2 people with the same fingerprint. So the accuracy should be high. Quite hard to fake fingerprints as well. Obviously, excuse me again. Obviously, in TV shows and films like Mission Impossible, you quite often see them kind of conning them. That technically is possible. It's very complicated. You need lots of technology to be able to do that. We can also use biometric scanners through technology. Obviously, phones have them. Moving on to faces and security stuff. Importantly, we can exclude people from investigations. That's really key to be able to do that. It is inexpensive to kind of like just go out and dust it and take a picture and get a copy of it. Okay, so it's quite useful and easy, but there are problems. So watch this video first. So again, YouTube, how reliable is fingerprint analysis? Okay, there's more on there that I'm going to talk about, so you must watch it. Okay, so having biometric systems is expensive, so collecting them is easy. Having them on your phones and to do things makes it hard to use. There is human bias involved. Okay, the study I know is by Hall and Player, and they looked at 70 fingerprint analyzers even, or analysts, and they gave them some fingerprints to match. And when I mean they could not agree, I mean they could not agree. Like 10 of them said they had them matched perfectly. 20 of them said I think we've got a match, but I'm not 100% confident. Another 20 said I don't think we've got a match, and about another 10 or so said definitely not a match, and they just had no idea. And if you think the ramifications here of fingerprint analysts saying, oh yes, in court this is person's fingerprint is here, you can see here, they're not sure. This is a human thing. There is bias, there is error. Look, I'm not saying every fingerprint is wrong, but it is down to bias. Okay, so there is huge issues. So Hall and Play, if you want to do some research on that. Those of you who do psychology, if you can access year 2 psychology stuff, it's one of the studies you'll look at there. You do obviously need 2 samples to get a match. So if your fingerprints aren't in the kind of database, tough. Means the fingerprint is useless. Okay, which is never a great thing. And it is so dull and boring. The idea of studying fingerprints sounds really cool to me. I thought, oh yeah, I'd like to do it. But like, if you did the challenge, like, I bet you gave up after 5 minutes. And can you imagine having to do that for 7 hours a day? Going with your megaphone going, no match, no match. Okay, so again, it leads to the accuracy of it. Like I say, I'm not saying they're not useful. In theory, they're great. Just the practicalities of it is a bit different, in my opinion. So, what do I need you to do today? Here's everything you need. Okay. Remember to keep making those judgments on usefulness this time. Okay. Link the case to how useful it is as well. And hopefully you'll enjoy doing the activities. I hope you're all good, guys. We've got this week, and then we've got a bit of a half-term break. And then current plan, 4.5 or so more weeks until the end of the year. And we'll see. Just keep talking to me, please. Most of you doing the work, you're doing great. But if you're not, have a natter with me, alright? Cool. Keep it sound, guys. See you later.